All right, Rag Boy from Wake 9, and I'm here with my buddy Dennis. Dennis, I'm so excited this year. Every year, our biggest event is the West Coast Wakesurf Open. And one of the problems, Dennis, is that it's before Memorial Day, you know what I mean?
That is a problem sometimes.
Why did we do that? What were we thinking?
Because that's before the crowds hit.
That's right. And we didn't have a choice. We had to do it before Memorial Day because at Camp Far West, where we did it, we were kind of a new entity to them, and they didn't know how many people we were going to bring. And so they said the only way we could cut out or close off a whole cove is if we did it before Memorial Day. So we did it the weekend before. But now that we've been there for 3 years, they're like, dude, you guys rock. You guys bring plenty of people. So guess what? June 6th through 9th. Did you get that, Dennis?
6th through 9th,
June
really?
6th. Did you already mark your vacation time?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you better get right to that.
I better do that.
You better get on Bunny's calendar. That's the only one that matters.
That's it.
Yep. So anyway, June 6th through 9th. So everybody's going to be out of school. It's after Memorial Day. Man, mark your vacations now. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to have the pros there. Dennis, we're going to do lots of clinics this time, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, the demos, it's tough getting boats there to demo because that time of year in early season, everybody's trying to fill orders. So we're just going to not, we'll probably, we're obviously going to have our Taiga there and maybe a couple boats from CMS, but for the most part, it's going to be all about clinics and wake surfing and hanging out with each other, right?
That's it.
It's going to be a blast.
Affair.
Family affair. I mean, it really goes back to when we used to call it the Wakesurf Festival, huh?
That's it.
Yeah,
it is a festival.
It's a festival of surfing. Nothing but surfing and hanging out with other people that love to surf. It's going to be a blast. And also, we call it the Wakesurf Open because we want all you amateurs to get out there. You know, Dennis, somebody asked me, they said, why do you pay the amateurs? They're not supposed to get any kind of money. And I just wanted people to know the reason why we do sometimes we pay the amateurs a smaller amount is go ask people like Chris Walter and Angie Villand and some of these young, the first time they came, and I remember holding their, what was it, like $150 check, and they were so stoked. I mean, look at Chris Walter. Did you see how well he did at the Worlds this year?
Very well.
He did amazing. A year ago, he came to the West Coast Open, and he, for his first contest, won $150, and that was it. Kid was just on fire. So that's all we're trying to do. We're just trying to stoke the fire. But something else, Dennis, is we've been really working at the West Coast Open with the rules, just really trying to get as good a judges as we possibly can, and you've been our head judge. So tell us about what we're doing this year. What's different?
Well, this year we're using a subjective system. It's called the DRIVE system. And DRIVE is just an acronym for, it stands for difficulty, risk, intensity, variety, and execution and flow.
That was take 7. By the way, just so you know. It took 6 takes for Dennis to remember the system that he made. Go ahead, Dennis.
Yeah, that's it. I have no idea what to say right now. No, it's a subjective system, and each one of those categories the judges will be looking at. So they want to see a run that has difficult tricks. They want to see the rider that takes risk, especially in the pro class. They want to see really tough tricks right at the beginning of the run. The intensity is how big air they get, how really strong they ride. Variety is they want to see a whole bunch of different types of tricks. And execution and flow is how well they execute the tricks, how clean they land, and how the whole ride flows.
Now, isn't that Driveth?
Driveth, yeah.
Driveth? Or Drive F? RJ calls it Drive F. Now, Dennis, did we make this up? Was this like a wheel that we tried to reinvent?
No, I basically modified a wakeboarding. They use Drive as well. From
WWA, right?
Right, and I just modified theirs to fit us and what we do in wake surfing that's different than wakeboarding.
Yeah, and I'm a software developer, and whenever I have a solution to do, what's the first thing I do? I go to Google, Somebody else has probably already done this same thing. All I got to do, or something similar, I start with something that's open, and then I just modify it to my needs. And I think that's how the approach we took here. Exactly. Is why reinvent the wheel? We can find something that already works really well and modify it for what we're doing and make it work. And this is the same thing we did this at West Coast Open last year, except now we've added that drive part. And we did this at My Wake, and it worked really well. And so, man, I'm excited, Dennis. And we're working to have judges that will be trained ahead of time and experienced, right?
That's it.
Because it's not the idea with subjective. People think, dude, I'll give them an 8. That's not. they're going to go through all the tricks you landed, look at those 6 criteria, match it against it, and give you a score, and then at the same time use human judgment to rank you as far as how you worked with the other riders, you know, how you
compared
placed,
to the other riders.
compared to the other riders. And then there's several judges that have to work that through and agree. And it's a good system, and I've seen it in action, and it works really well.
I think it's going to work well with Liv. I think it'll work real well this year.
Yeah. And the other thing, we're also going to be working on several things with how we put on the event, with the way we do the jet skis. We're only going to have 4 falls, which is the way they did it at Worlds too. It's not 4 falls total. We're going to have 2 falls each direction. 2 falls each direction. And the idea there is we just want things to move faster. When we went to My Wake, one of the things we realized is just they go so fast. 1, they're going 24 miles an hour, and 2, it just the contest just moves. You know, a lot of it having to do with the boat speed. So we just want to work on things to speed it up. So when we bring these sports together, we're going to do better. And we get the chance to try that out at the West Coast Open. So we'll be doing that there. Anything else, Dennis? Anything else new we're going to be doing?
I think that we're going to do the cumulative scoring. Are we not, for
That's
round
right.
1, round 2?
Yeah, so we'll have...
And a little different than what you think. It's not, we're not going to take their score from day 1 and add it to the score from day 2, but we're going to take the placing from day 1. First place will get 100 points, second place 90, third place 80, fourth place 75, and down. And then you add the 2 together and divide by 2, and whoever has the highest total for the 2 days wins. If there's a tie, it goes to the highest score on the final day.
Right, so you have a way of breaking a tie, but one of the things that's cool about that method, Dennis, is it's cumulative, but it's more of a weighted cumulative, because if you have a really trashy first day, okay, it's not like you only got 3 points or 20 points and you have to work with it. You still get your points for your placing, so it's weighted. I really liked it. And the one other thing, I noticed something that happened at My Wake is when the points came off of the boat and they were tallied, the points were brought in, whether it was the wakeboard contest. Well, let's start. It was the wakeboards that did this. Wakeboarders, they would take the points and bring them to another person on the beach that was knowledgeable in how the rider should probably place, and they just had them double check it. So somebody would double check to make sure the judges on the boat didn't transpose a number, something looked way off, and then they would immediately let all the riders on the beach know what their standings were way before the podium. And at first, we thought that was bizarre, didn't we?
We did. That was really strange.
It was strange, and they did that for wake surfing, and it felt weird for me because they asked me to be the person while I was doing the broadcast. They would bring me the points from the boat on the surface and say, does this look right? And I didn't look to change anything that the judges in the boat were doing. But if I would have noticed, let's say like RJ was first and Keenan or like Chase were fourth, I would have probably keyed into me and something was wrong because RJ really sucks. So that's the kind of thing. If you see something that was really wrong, got a chance to stop it, and then you release it to the riders, and they have a chance to say, hey, something's wrong there before it goes to the podium. And I thought that was a great thing. And so we're going to put all these rules, the way we're doing this, and a chance to protest and all that stuff. It's all going to be right here on wakesurfopen.com, and so you can read them for your leisure. But it's going to be a great contest, right, Dennis?
It will be. It is every year.
It is. We're going to have so much fun. You're going to make friends that you're going to have for the rest of your life, and we're going to block out the whole cove and make sure we have a great course for you. And because it's in June, we should have a lot more people just hanging out and people coming around from the rest of the lake. There's going to be a lot of people on the lake that day.
Yeah, and the crowds build up after Memorial Day.
Yeah, the crowds definitely build up. So, June 6th through 9th, mark your vacations, be there.